91X, it's Marty and Danielle, along with the future of rock and roll. I hope he doesn't take that the wrong way. Sam Fender crafts the kind of tenacious anthemic rock that punches straight at the gut. Born and raised in 1994 in North Shields, the singer-songwriter that first picked up the guitar at age 10 and began playing gigs locally as a teen to help support him and his mom. It wasn't that he started writing his own music versus things other people wanted to hear that everything started to click for Sam Fender, who's on and supporting 17 Going Under, his second full album. He's critically acclaimed. He is, again, the future of rock and roll. Good morning.
Whoa.
Good morning, Sam. That's
Hi, Sam.
That's a big load to hold. How does it feel to be everybody's new favorite thing, Sam Fender?
Equally as awesome as it is terrifying, but I'm just gonna try and focus in on the work.
Yeah.
Make sure that I deliver for the album after, But no, it's amazing. It's lovely to have things like that said about you, It's really nice.
I think people are saying that because you have tapped into something that is what makes music beautiful, and that is the nuance of the human condition. You can grab things about other people, you can self-reflect, and bring that sort of music to life.
Oh, thank you.
You first realized you could kind of identify the human condition how? When did you realize that songs didn't have to be about the weather and gossip and celebrity?
I had a pretty nasty diagnosis when I was 20, which I haven't spoke about yet, and I won't tell you exactly what it was because I'm kind of need to figure out how I'm going to do that. But I've had to face my mortality at the age of 20, and it was terrifying, and I was very ill, sick for like about a year. I think I remember before then, I'd met my manager when I was 18, and I'd been touring for 2 years and trying to kind of make it. And I felt like there was a lot of me because of my upbringing and where I was from, and the fact that me and my mother we didn't have a pot to piss in. We were like desperate to get something from it, to make a career of it. So a lot of the songs that I was writing when I was 18, 19 were what I thought people would want to hear, or what I thought would get me to the next spot. And then after I experienced the disease that I have, when I came back out of that and I was starting to recover and get better, it was like, I'm never ever going to write a song that isn't for myself. I'm never ever going to write a song for anybody else ever again, and I'm not going to try and put myself into some sort of box. I've just got to do it for the catharsis and for the reason why I got into music in the first place, That was when I wrote Play God around that time, and it was like my first ever single, and it was the first time that I was kind of like, I really, really kind of felt like, oh, I've got there's something good here, It was a powerful lesson, that whole 2 years.
I think that's how we work. If our back's against the wall, hopefully you rise in that moment, and you have, Sam, and be proud of it, man. It's awesome to hear your music. I'm hearing a few different artists as I listen to you. I won't pick them out. I'm hoping you'll tell us who are people that inspired you to make your sound. I mean, being from the UK, there's got to be a few that are close to you.
God, everything. I mean, close by, there's a band called Lindisfarne. There's a singer-songwriter called Alan Hull, who's from my hometown, who I love. And then my brother got me into all of the sort of the Britpop sort of stuff.
Yeah,
like
who was he playing
Oasis.
for you? Yeah, Oasis.
But he was playing with Oasis and Blur and all of that sort of stuff when I was a kid, and the Verve and things like that. And but then also the American grunge stuff, was Nirvana and all of that. And then a lot of songwriters. So my brother got us into Bruce Springsteen, and that's where I started to really find, the stuff that I love. Jeff Buckley and Joni Mitchell, like just great songwriters, that were my heroes, My dad was always playing me soul and jazz rock and stuff like Steely Dan and Aretha Franklin and, Ray Charles and all the legends. And then all of the old 60s rock bands as well, I loved like Spencer Davis Group and Small Faces and stuff like that. I was very lucky. But then in school, we were listening to Kendrick Lamar's first 2 records, so who's also another fantastic lyricist. So my life's always been incredibly engulfed in music.
I was wondering, what about Sir Elton John?
Well, Elton John, my mother always played. My mother loves Elton.
You have a friendship with him, right?
I'd go as far as saying he's like a surrogate father. He's been so incredibly kind and caring, and he's really looked after me. Like, he got into us. He found our music before we'd even signed a deal, because he heard the single and he was just like, he was totally into it from the gate. And that was such an encouraging thing to have that kind of endorsement in such an early stage. And we we became good friends, and now I'm really good friends with him and David, his husband, and his 2 kids.
Have you collaborated on anything? Have you made music? Have you sat down at the piano with them?
We still haven't gone into the studio, but we've sat and played together and come up with some ideas. We will do something eventually.
Yeah.
We just got to get the right time. But obviously he's a busy man and I'm a busy man. But no, he's incredible, man. I've stayed with them at their house in Windsor, when I was going through a pretty rough time mentally. And, they really looked after me and helped me kind of understand the world that I was walking into, because it's obviously my life in the last 4 years is, 4 years ago, I was on it's welfare in America. I was on welfare with my mother, and going from that to winning Brit Awards and 2 #1 albums and all that, it was just, it was quite a lot to take in. So they've been incredible for that sort of stuff.
So many artists have said that Elton, he invites in bands, artists that he likes, and then he is such an old school G that can lace you up with the sharks that you're going to be swimming by as you go forward. And I think that's one of the great give backs that he does for music, is the fact that he says, look out, there's a lot of bad eggs out there and you don't want to be part of that stank.
He's the ally that every young musician who's coming into this crazy career deserves, He's just incredible.
So when you hung out with Sir Elton John, have you been like, let's play favorite songs or something like that? Has he played music for you? Have you guys done any, like, this is a favorite of mine, or you remind me of this?
100%. Like, we stayed up till 4 o'clock in the morning once. He doesn't drink, so I was just progressively getting more drunk as the night was going on. And he's like completely stone cold sober, but like, partying on like the non-alcoholic cocktails.
Yeah.
we just sat at the kitchen table. I played some tunes that I was listening to, and all the stuff that I knew he already knows, because he's like an encyclopedia.
Sure.
And he just introduced me to about 4 artists that I like.
Who are those artists?
He got me into the band. And then, like, this is the thing about Elton as well, is once he plays you something and you go, I like that, you go back home and, like, within 2 days, a courier turns up with, like, 17 vinyl.
That's so cool.
From Elton John. And you're like, oh, great. like, I've got this, like, half of my library is just stuff that Elton played us in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then he's just a hero, man.
Metallica, are they heroes of yours? Because you were on their Blacklist tribute record. How did that happen?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. We just got asked. Apparently, Lars really likes it. So I was like, sweet. And that's how it came about, which is wild because, I had a metal phase.
Sam, you cover Sad But True on the Blacklist album. Did you get to pick the song yourself, or did they tell you, hey, this is the song you're covering?
Yeah, we got to pick the song. I wanted to do Sad But True. At first, I just wanted to do Sad But True because of the riff. I just wanted to, like, metal out and go crazy. But then I thought, there's no point in doing that because you're not going to be able to do it better than Metallica. So I did a pretty sad, melancholic piano cover, which I knew pretty much every metal fan in the world would hate.
Right.
And there was, like, so many people be like, this isn't Metallica, man. That's not how Metallica should sound. There's not even a goddamn guitar on it, man. What the hell? There's just like a lot of that in the comment section online.
Every black t-shirt dude is like, what is this?
This guy's just like, he sings like a girl, man. I was just like, what? Yeah.
Sam, have you been through San Diego? Catch us up.
I haven't been, but I would love to come say hi.
Danielle, my partner here on the radio, she is the beer queen. Sounds like you like to have 1 or 2 or 5 with Elton John. Yeah. When you come through, Danielle's got some spots she wants to take.
Please, Sam, if we could go get beers, let's do this.
I would absolutely love to do that. Let's do it.
What does Sam Fender drink?
I like the German stuff. When we go to Germany, I tend to crack on with the stuff out there because the beer's incredible. But honestly, I'm not that fussy, and I like to drink whatever the local stuff is. So I would like to have whatever beer's good in San Diego.
Man, oh man, Sam, I could take you to so many local craft breweries, but first off the top of my head is Karl Strauss. We're going to go to Karl Strauss. Yeah. We're going to have some beers. We're going to have some food, and then we're just going to hop around, and we're just going to have beers all across San Diego. Hope you're ready, Sam.
That sounds awesome. That sounds awesome.
Out there.
Deal, you're on.
Yes.
We need to go.
Sam Fender, the record, 17 Going Under, out now. Again, we're waiting for you in San Diego to get out here. Much love from all of us here at 91X, Sam.
Thank you so much, guys.